Well, folks, you join me at a glorious moment, the demise of France. There we go. Now, for those of you confused by what's going on, let me paint you a picture. I have played a Germany game trying to be as competent as possible. So I've got a decent sized army. I have more troops in recruitment. The divisions are my standard divisions. I like these very much. So the infantry looks good. The armor, not the 40 width I would like, but it's 1939. This will still do. And we've got a decent amount of equipment and storage, lacking a bit of artillery, AA, and medium tanks, but nothing too horrible. Other than that, we've defeated the Poles, we've defeated the French and the Low Countries, and I'm pretty sure once Weserübung finishes, Denmark and Norway are also on the chopping block. There's a sizable air force, there's a decent navy out. In short, I've set up this Germany for victory. How did I do that? Well, I'll leave a link to my Germany guide, but in short, basically I rushed treaty with USSR to get my medium tanks sooner with the new changes to medium tanks. Then I rushed Rhineland down into fate of Czechoslovakia, grabbed the industry from 4-year plan, autarky, Hermann Göring Werke all the way to the extra research slot, grabbed the Reichsautobahn and the German war economy. Could go with the line Hungary and Romania as well, doesn't really matter. And by the time all that was done, time for Eastern claims, Danzigo War, Maginot, etc. And this is where you find us then. The axes are not huge, but still powerful enough. Hungary and Romania will automatically join, as will Bulgaria. Yugoslavia will get gobbled up. This is a historical setting. I've just built a Germany that is capable of doing more. So what am I going to do now? I've built a monster. I've created the devil who will try to devour the world. Let's try and stop him. Open the console, tag SOV. There we go. At this point, I will now take over as the Soviet Union, try to fix whatever disgusting mess Stalin has created, and try to defeat the Axis. I wonder if we'll actually be able to do it, but I think we should be able to. Militarily, it looks like at least Stalin's been busy. That's a whole lot of divisions he's built. I just hope they're not all terrible. Seems like everybody's spread out all over the world. So 214 divisions. That's an impressive army. That's larger than the Germany I just left behind. I'll sort them out in a bit. I probably need to work on the templates. Focus tree. So the purges are done. Done a bit of industry, a bit of everything, really. Let's not get anti-capitalist policies. I'd like to keep the capitalists alive for now. Let's instead, what do I want to grab? I'm thinking grab more industry. So switch to armaments production, optimize production lines, and then maybe go for claims in the Baltic and secure Leningrad. Actually, just get the claims in the Baltic and Leningrad first, then additional industry. That's what I'm thinking. We'll start with this infantry template, and I'll build it up as we go, as equipment becomes available, because Soviet army is large, but Soviet industry not terrible. 88 civilian factories in 39 and 74 mills. So we're slightly weaker than Germany still, but with me at the helm, I don't think we'll have an issue. Modify the government. I do need to go up to limited conscription because, ironically, I will run out of manpower if I want to build the army I'd like to have. I'm gonna get rid of Lazar Kaganovich here. Maybe get rid of Khrushchev as well. And Yagoda has to go. Other than that, let's start by hiring the Stalingrad tractor factory. Seems like a good idea. Less consumer goods, more industry research. Speaking of research, air. Let's check out the Soviet Air Force. That's not great. What are we building? Oh, that's definitely not great. No. This is going to be a no air Soviets. So we'll not research air. No. Let's instead focus on infantry stuff, but that's good. That's right, that's all looking decent. So AA, artillery, infantry stuff, and medium tanks. Yeah. We're gonna need tanks. And of course, industry. Let's go forth and improve whatever we have. Again, fuel refining. We don't really need fuel refining. We are sitting on the Caucasus oil, so for now, fuel is gonna be fine. Let's instead improve the army. The army is gonna need to stand up to quite a bit of punishment. Improved armor protection. I'll let this run for 9 days, and I'll switch over to getting 1940 mediums. Probably be able to produce those soon enough. Excavation. Don't really need that, so let's instead grab maybe some radio detection. Get better radios for my eventual tank army. Now it's just a matter of sorting out the army. We've got 11 tanks and a whole bunch of garbage. I'm converting everybody into basic infantry, and that would... Wow. That would mean I have enough equipment for everybody. What a shock. Okay, so 11 tanks and 204 infantry. Wowzers. All right, that's almost 2 full army groups. Now it's just a matter of organizing these guys. I'm going to try and protect Kiev itself because it's a vital supply hub, as well as the Dnipropetrovsk, vital supply hub. The rest of the units are going to be sitting behind the major river crossing, like so. So that gives me 2 full armies. Well, no, not full armies, almost 2 full armies. You can be commanded by Goldikov, I think, yeah. And then the armor can be commanded by Zhukov. Park the armor on Moscow for now. So, what I want to do from here is train a little bit more infantry, so we can fill out those extra armies that, let's see, we'll need 3 units here, 3 units here, 3 units here. 12 divisions plus another 24. 36 additional infantry, and the units currently deployed. I'm gonna waste a little bit of army experience by removing the support artillery, just so I can continuously exercise these troops while I build up stockpiles of equipment. That's gonna give me a little bit more army experience. Speaking of army experience, I don't need the portrait of Karl Marx. I have plenty of manpower. I'm going to instead grab the officer corps bonus, like so. Static warfare is good for the initial stage of the war. I will be moving out of mass assault once I have enough army experience ready to go for the superior firepower doctrine. But now it's just a matter of assigning generals, letting the troops get into position, and running through the focus tree. For production, I will need more towed anti-air. Need a little bit more infantry equipment, but let's see, 15 should be fine. A lot more support equipment. Artillery, yes. A little bit of trucks. I don't want to use light tanks. I want to move into mediums as soon as possible. We'll get that done. No air. Couple of factories on trucks. Trains, sorry. As for the Navy, do I even want to bother building them? I might as well. Let's get all these guys built. I guess there has been a commitment of resources. Might as well just finish them up. Let's also design a new basic medium tank. So this is the T-32. Let's make it a little bit better. Slap on medium cannons, slap on medium turret, 3-man turret, radios, just the usual sloped armor, and then I'll just gonna grab some additional machine guns. I don't want this to be too expensive. Christie suspension for a little bit of speed, welded armor, and gasoline engines. Speed could be better, around 10 kilometers an hour. The armor is not fantastic, but this is something we can build upon and we can improve on later. So we're gonna be mass producing these bastards. This is gonna be what carries the war for us. The infantry will be fine as long as I can get the required support companies out. Stalin hasn't done a horrible job here. All right, we're occupying land, so let's move that over to local police force. That's a whole lot less expensive. Cavalry is good, yeah. Make sure the priority goes to garrisons as well as reinforcements. So I'll be building mills, and I will be upgrading the railway network leading to the legendary Stalin-Dnieper line, because the railways are gonna need to be a whole lot better than they are currently. I want everything to be at least level 3, so I'll slowly start getting it up to level 2 and then to level 3. And this area here in Kherson, since I have the time, I'm gonna put a supply hub there. I could build a port. Yes, I know. I just don't want to. Oh, speaking of ports, we have a massive navy. I'm gonna organize it, park it somewhere around Crimea, and in Crimea I'll reorganize it so I have a fleet for the Black Sea and a fleet for the Baltic Sea, so I won't get naval invaded, hopefully. Let's also build an intelligence agency because I noticed our stability is bad because of the Trotskyite plot. I need to get rid of Trotsky. All right, we have our claims in the Baltic. Let's start gobbling those up. Oh, all right, we'll start sending ultimatums until we've done all of them. Then I want to get rid of this, loosen prohibitions in military academies to make us not suck as much. I don't want to eat the Finns yet. My army's not ready for it. I can do that later. Let's instead grab our industry. Let's get a couple more industry bonuses. You know, I have the distinct feeling that this is not going to be as difficult as I had first assumed. All right, let's start by sending in a spy. Let's send one of these men off. I'm gonna send this man off to Mexico so we can get rid of Trotsky. Yay! Estonia submits one more. So let's just eat Latvia and Lithuania next. All right, we've got shift to armaments production, and let's move on and get optimized production lines. This is definitely going to be good for our factory output and efficiency. All right, that's going to be the Finns gone soon enough. Now, rehabilitate military reorganization. These two are pretty big. Or do I grab stuff like positive heroism first? I might even actually have the time to make a quick little dip here into steel cat. Yeah, I'm gonna get greedy. Gonna grab a couple more factories. And Finland rejects our demands. Well, that was not entirely unexpected. So let's just drive in there, get rid of the Finns. I think these guys will be enough. Might even put some of our air up. Yeah, I'm gonna make the Finns disappear real quick now. There we go. I'll just take Karjala and Salla. I think I have a claim on Petsamo as well. And let's steal your navy while I'm at it. And of course, we're just gonna puppet the rest of Finland. Confirm and exit. Done. Perfect. Now let our units return to their original positions. Manpower is getting suspiciously low, so let's take a quick grab and get limited conscription. You know, I'm thinking I don't even need these defensive lines to hold the Germans to fight this war. What if I just set up on the front? I mean, it would make for a little bit more of an interesting campaign, so I'm gonna do that. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be too easy. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I am pretty good at this game by now, and Stalin's given me a lot to work with. So what if I just set up on the German border to play this game fairly? Well, mostly fairly. I can still fall back to the lines if I really need to, but at least this way it's going to be a little more interesting to play this game. That is the German justification. That is the mark. Convert everyone into infantry guards. I think we have the equipment to make that happen. Do a little bit of extra training to get them to level 3. I should have a couple of days to do this, and then get entrenchment. We're in position. Oh, Japan wants non-aggression. Yeah, sure. I'll crush Japan later. We've also finished military reorganization, so the army is actually in a fairly good state. Gonna go down here to Stakavite Movement, War Heroes. Maybe I could come some Summonomanal here as well. So many options. So many options. Factory output's usually good. Well, there we go. Germany attacks. 5-year plan disrupted. I see some red bubbles here, but once the initial shock wears off, let's see. I should survive. Yeah, I'm surviving. Ooh. Oh, in some positions I am being pushed, but let's see just how hard Germany can push. I don't think they can really do all that much to me. Let's grab desperate measures, get that thing ticking. Except for that one tile where they did manage to push me, I'm pretty much holding everywhere. Romania's not even trying. And half the world now wants me to sign a bunch of stuff. You know, I just said that I don't think it's gonna be bad. It feels bad because I am getting pushed. Let's fall you boys back a little bit. Fall back a little bit. Oh, no. They cracked one of my lines. You know what? I said I wouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna quickly fall back to my defensive lines. I just wage this war properly in a way that I know how to do it. I'm almost getting... Oh, I'm getting divisions cut off almost. No, I definitely lost some divisions in that, so... I should have made this a little more of an orderly withdrawal. This is just stupid. I massively cocked that up. And after that... failure, I suppose, of a defense. We're back at the Stalin line. The familiar old Stalin line. At least we'll be fine here. Yeah, there's no way the Germans are gonna push me here. They already took over 1 million casualties pushing me out of eastern Poland. They're not gonna push me here. Right, so the fools have had their first taste of contact. Let's also give them their first taste of defeat. I'm going to try an armored push here. Tanks straight through Dnipropetrovsk towards Mykolaiv. Cut off this southern bulge, destroy the units, and then just start cutting away the enemy. The big nuisance here is that the AI keeps reinforcing. If they do, not much you can do about that, but one thing you can do is start attacking the units around the tile you want to break. That way the AI will not be able to reinforce that tile, and you should be able to overrun them relatively quickly. They're really not giving me an inch here. Is it just supply? It's probably just supply. Also, reinforce rate is garbage currently, plus it's snowing, so all of these things affect how combat goes. So very cold, that's not gonna help. Snowing, that's not gonna help. Snow, that's also not gonna help. So winter usually not a great time for any sort of attack, so I'm just gonna pull back the boys. And with our fleets deployed, the Black Sea and the Upper Baltic... Oh, there goes my agent. Black Sea and Upper Baltic are secure, so no real issue there. I'm gonna give my tank push another go, expensive as it is. I'm gonna use a force attack. This is expensive in terms of equipment and manpower, but I have plenty of manpower and my equipment stores look fine. So the division is gonna take a ton of damage, but it will fight for longer and not really take any organization damage. As a result, I should be able to break through, especially if I combine that with pinning attacks on the flanks. So let's see if we can push on through here. They're piercing my tanks. Are my tanks that bad? All right, maybe I need a little more armor. Also look like the Norwegians have died, so Nord-Norge is now Germany. I'm just gonna push into Kirkenes and set up a defensive line a little further north to completely deprive the enemy of any supply up here. This is now mine. Might as well plug it into my railway network while I'm at it. As for my own campaign, not much has changed. I am pretty much waiting for weather to improve. Oh, wait, it's June. Why am I waiting? Let's get rolling. All right, tanks are out. I have more tanks now. A pretty impressive and sizable tank force, if I do say so myself. And we're gonna try and push south from Kiev. Let's try a different approach because that little bulge here around Dnipropetrovsk isn't working for me. And without terrain penalties, I do think we'll be able to push through relatively quick. I say that, but the enemy still has the air, and they are reinforcing these units suspiciously quickly. Why is there no supply here? Is it because they've just bombed out the railways? Yeah, they've just bombed out my railways. As a result, I have no supply in the region. I swear I know how to play this game. I swear I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna put these guys back in Moscow and evaluate. 2 attempts have failed. Not a good look for me. All right, we smash through here and then drive south if we can. I'm going to launch diversionary attacks along the front in the local area to prevent the enemy from reinforcing quickly. So it looks to be working. No reinforcement is happening. Pin, pin, pin everywhere. Tanks keep driving south and keep pinning everywhere we can. Slow down the enemy response and make sure to not get ourselves encircled, so always leave a tank behind. Okay. I'm thinking we're gonna get here. Oh, got it. All right, so just stop being an idiot for a bit. We'll now smash this bit here. It's not the world's greatest pocket, but it is a pocket, and it will allow me to do much damage to the enemy now. And I'm going to use the tanks to clean up the pockets. That gets me fewer casualties, conserves my equipment. Not that my equipment needs much conserving. It's just good practices. I could continue here because this is looking very thin. I'm thinking I mass my tanks and I push south again, like go through here so I don't have to go across the major river crossing, and then make a sickle cut. So around towards the mountains and then cut back towards the river near Galati, slice off a nice chunk of Romania. Oh yeah, good pocket here. Woohoo! Yeah, there you go. And now we push and keep pushing. I want to strike as deep into their territory as possible. Make sure the infantry keeps following behind. If you're worried that your infantry is not going to catch up in time, what you can do in single player games, and I do this very often, is just to select a field marshal that is running the main front in the area you're doing your operations. And when you see these green arrows, these units repositioning, so just an arrow here, an arrow there, they're walking slowly. What you want to do is hit control, hold down control, and then hit B, and they will go and strategically redeploy, meaning the infantry will move very quickly to get to where they are supposed to go, and that is going to make sure they arrive in places where the tanks need them to. They're going to arrive with very low amounts of organization, but it doesn't matter too much. It looks like Italians have showed up. Not that I particularly fear Italians, it's just that with the added pressure from Italian units that have fresh organization, this isn't happening. I'm going to pull the tanks out because this is a very much supply-starved area until the railway builds. I'm going to move the tanks back to our side of the river. I'm going to see if I can hop across from there. As long as the pocket doesn't collapse, we'll still be fine. Lessons of War is going to be very helpful as well. Yeah, we're not going to be fine. Like the 7 Bulgarian divisions stacked there. They're not great divisions, but there is 7 of them. And the Germans have pushed us back. So, sorry. Step by step, I'm pushing into territory that allows me to push out and attack from multiple sides so I can use the full combat width of these admittedly strong divisions. And as long as I have the full combat width available, you can see like the German divisions just melt. I just need to be careful that I don't just push in from one side, and by doing that make the combat width so narrow that I can't really do anything. So now I've broken through. Hey, great. I'm gonna try and keep this ball rolling, at least for a little bit. Try this again. I know, risky. It backfired horribly for me last time, but I want to try this again. I need to create encirclements, I need to do damage, and the best way to do that is to go for these big old pockets. Oh, yes! Good number of divisions destroyed here. That ought to definitely weaken these Balkan miners a little more. And then we keep pushing. I think I want to knock out Romania and Bulgaria first. Force the Germans to divert more troops south. And then I can swing around with the other tank army and try something in the north. All right, big tank push. Big tank push. Pushing. Oh. So much for the big tank push. Jesus Christ. All right, looks like the weaker southern allies of the Germans have been spending a lot of their strength trying to hopelessly attack. Are you shitting me? Like I said, they've been trying to hopelessly attack me in the south here, across that river. As a result, they have greatly expended their resources and manpower. I'm going to use that now to break them here. I think we've broken through. Romania should not have that much gas left in the tank. And I'm knocking on the front door of Bulgaria as well. I'm using a very wide tank front. Not the thing I usually do. Usually I try to attack very narrowly, very concentrated, but this will do fine. Romania is on its way out the door. Probably need Constanta and Brasov. Maybe Cernauti up here, Kernaut, whatever, the Bukovina as well. Okay, so we cut to the Turkish border. Now we clean up the Black Sea coast next. Look at that. Mopping up, mopping up. Tanks are doing it. Tanks are doing it. Oh, this is a lot of divisions. I've said that before, but this really is a lot of divisions. Time to stop focusing on the south. Let's see how we can do things in the north now. German line, a lot thinner, a lot more room to maneuver now, and I think I'm gonna try and exploit that fact now. See if I can make a little road trip to Memel. See if I can pull it off. If I can pull it off, that's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna love it. If I don't, I'm risking 16 tank divisions, literally my entire tank corps. Of course, I can build more. I can always build more. No, too greedy, too greedy. All right, now with the tanks having made that push, let's set them up for a push from the north to then try and link up with that big old tendril I've just made here. And the infantry is going to man the tendril. Now, it does have a couple of victory points in it. I mean, supply hubs. So as soon as the railways come online, this will not actually be that terrible for supply. Get the tanks out, get the infantry in, and then tank push from the north to try and get through. Looks like we'll be able to push across. Go on. Get the tanks across. Go on. Ooh, the tendril is in trouble. So let's see if we can't relieve it. Oh, okay. We saved the tendril. That's good. I'll link these boys up and we'll actually have another big pocket on our hands. Go on. Yes! All right. We did it. Now, this is very frail, very fragile. Set the tanks up to quickly collapse this, and that is a good section of the German army we will have destroyed once more. And it's gone. All right, broke through around Memel, because apparently Germany's everywhere, except near their home turf. Trying to do as much damage here, cause as much confusion here as I can. I tried to close this pocket, but it's not feasible. Not with winter, not with the marshes. It's just horrible to close this. Not even the infantry's really doing anything useful here. This is just a death trap for the Axis and my troops. In the Balkans, I've slowly been pushed out of Bulgaria, so I still hold some bits of Bulgaria, but it's been a very strong response by the Italians and Germans. But I think this might just break the camel's back. Just need a couple more troops out because I admittedly did lose a couple of units to encirclements earlier. I think Romania just needs one little push to go over the edge, take their last victory point in Cernauti or whatever you call that, and they should capitulate. Boom! Alright, so with Romania capitulating, the border now looks so much worse. Alright, there goes Bulgaria. The border gets more weird and wacky as we speak, but that's two of the Axis miners out. Let's go poke Germany again. Two-pronged attack on Brest-Litovsk might be just what the doctor ordered, and with a little bit of luck we'll be able to break through. Yes, Brest-Litovsk taken, another pocket secured. Let's bring those boys to the main line, and the tanks will secure the pocket. I'm taking a whole lot of casualties doing this, but I'll be honest, guys, at this point, don't really care about the casualties anymore. 3 million? That's nothing compared to the almost 12 million of the Germans or the 6 million of the Italians. There goes another chunk of the German army. Oh, let's get this over with. Break the forest tile. Oh, there goes Rome. So the US is gonna come up from the soft underbelly. Every single time I'm at the edge of how far my tanks can push, I just have to pull back because there's no supply. There's no supply. I don't blame the game because these are heckin' chonkers. I added mechanized as well now, so these are god tier. These are really strong divisions, but they require massive amounts of supply. What else can I do? Glory of the Red Army, don't mind if I do. And this time I've got them. Reinforcement from the south, pinning attacks, and we have this entire section cut off. And on that note, let's bring the tanks in and kill it. Just kill it. Get it done. A good amount of divisions. Actually, not that many Germans. I see a lot of Italians here. Speaking of the Italians, so yeah, Italy's now kind of our friend. Look at it. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh, yes, and there they go. That's half gone. Now the rest. Annoyingly, they're all in swamps, making it not ideal. Oh, Paris already? Wow! Okay, so I think the Allies just D-Dayed. Okay, the race for Berlin is on. Let's just clean this pocket so I can hurry up. Took the Allies long enough, but they finally decided to do something. It's gone. Wait. Am I Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? Why am I at war with the Allies? Okay, I don't know if this is a bug or what, but I'm suddenly at war with the Allies, which means I have a massive amount of trouble now. Turkey's a massive problem. I'm gonna recruit 72 fresh infantry divisions, stack them on the Caucasus front. I don't understand what's going on. Why am I at war with the Allies? I don't get it. I didn't declare war on anyone. I don't see anyone declaring war on me. So the French war on the Soviet Union. Overthrow the ruling The French declared war on me? Fortunately, I caught this, I wouldn't say early. I certainly didn't catch this early. I didn't see the declaration of war. Maybe I just accidentally clicked through it, but this is gonna be a massive problem for me, isn't it? Oh no. All right, so new army group of fresh recruits. Voroshilov, you can command, slap some units onto there. I don't care. Do I need more generals? I really don't care about my generals. Just anyone will do. All right, so tanks have cleaned up the Caucasus. I've got an infantry army in position. We might push, we might not. Doesn't really rank highly on my list of priorities right now. Let's see about using the armor to finally knock out the German Reich. At least get one enemy defeated. There goes Berlin. Right, the armor going right through what's left of the German army, which isn't much at this point. It do take a while to capitulate, but I doubt they have anything to really even slow me down. Wait. China joined what? China joined the Allies? No. Oh, that's just what I needed. More enemies. Let's put an end to this Western European crisis. Ugh, it's been horrific. Mass infantry assault, tank assault, everybody just assault everywhere. Let's get this over with. Oh yes, these are all cut off and encircled. They will be destroyed. Just make a couple of orders so the AI actually does what I want them to. If you don't give them the exact order, they do stupid things like not attack. German Reich is dead. All of their allies are dead. We'll get peace deal any minute now. Oh, with the war in Western Europe turning very much to my advantage, I'm gonna keep pushing through the allied lines as well, while and if I can, just to get the best peace deal position I can. Okay, so who needs to die? The Vichy French. I can do that. Can definitely. Oh no. This is gonna be a mess. Oh, we were supposed to be done by now. It's 46 already. Let's get rid of these Americans. Take France. If I can take France, I have the mainland under my heel, pretty much. And if I can control the mainland, I'm just gonna declare victory, because there's no way in hell that the Red Navy is ever going to sea line, let alone invade the USA. So there's just no hope of that. So I'm going to take mainland Europe, declare victory. You know, that's what Stalin would have done. Almost done with Spain. You know, anything about Vichy is I need to get here, North Africa, which is a pain. Knowingly, like I said, we are not going to get a capitulation event until we've killed Vichy France. And to kill Vichy France, we literally have to walk to North Africa or get a spy going. You know what? Maybe we can get a spy going here and just get a collaboration government on them, even once. Oh, and as expected, I am fighting the Allies, and therefore there can only be naval invasions. Endless naval invasions. I don't have the troops to guard my ports because, ironically, I'm running out of equipment. I'm 100,000 equipment short because of all my admittedly stupid offensives that haven't really got me anything. Getting a little pissed here. Oh, Australia has capitulated. China's capitulated. I didn't think I'd find myself rooting for Japan in this scenario. And there goes Vichy France. It's over. It is over. I have the majority of the points, so I can reshape Europe into, well, the shape I want. And what I want is a lot of stuff and a lot of puppets. So let's start by taking my claims, stuff I have rightfully earned. You know, while I'm here, might as well take a little bit of Germany. And now I'm going to be creating a great many puppets. All right, so let's end this peace deal and see what we have done. Good. Oh, no. The German Republic and the Soviet occupation zone of Germany. Oh, no. Okay, we have a nice looking Soviet Czechoslovakia, Soviet Austria, the Balkan Socialist Union, Soviet Romania. Oh, no. No, it bugged out. Something somehow bugged out here. Oh, no. These units are all cut off for some reason. So this is very buggy. Oh, this is always such a mess when you're trying to deal with the Swiss. They never surrender. Oh, Germany is disgusting. Spain's gonna fall soon. We're gonna ram our tanks into Greece and that'll solve that issue. And soon there will only be the Comintern left. Look at that. Switzerland is reduced to a single tile without a victory point. They don't actually control the province anymore, and they still have not capitulated. Let's look at the Swiss. Where are the Swiss? They have not capitulated yet. This is absurd. I mean, I kind of like it. It's funny as hell, but it's so annoying. Oh, we did it. We did it. The Swiss died. There is no more Swiss presence. That means the entire army group of Semyon Budyonny is no longer required to just hang around. I'm gonna use these guys to secure my European theater. Just gonna stack them on the ports. Yes, usually I do manual orders, but considering the amount of ports I have to worry about, not gonna do that. Not going to do that. This entire army group is just going to be devoted to coastal defense. I don't need that many units anyway. And as far as the Balkans is concerned, they're all in that last little tile here. Gonna pull the tanks away because I noticed another disaster unfolding here. The tanks need to solve. Everything's going well. Everything's under control. I own this place. All mine. Oh, yeah, except for here. All right, that means I have two full army groups used for nothing but coastal defense. And now I wait until I can see line. All of mainland Europe, Portugal doesn't count, is now under the Soviet boot. Just waiting for my naval invasion tech to kick in. 30 days. I'm preparing a naval invasion. Yes, I'm using medium tanks for a naval invasion. I know they're not optimal. I know it's a terrible idea. I just can't be bothered. It's December of 47. I just want to get this over with. The fleet's in position in the channel. Soon, my friends. Soon. It will all be over soon. Plus, I have a ton of fighters at my disposal now because I've actually been building some pretty good fighters. Gonna end it here by taking out the British. Gonna launch a naval invasion. We're gonna have my fleet on naval invasion support. We're going straight through the channel. I have the combined fleets of at least 3 major powers here at my fingertips. I've got a reasonably sized air force up as well. Bunch of fighters. Yeah, apparently these are some sort of broken fighter that doesn't work, so I'm going to delete these. Everybody else, let's go, go, go. And yes, naval invading with tanks, horrible idea. I'm just hoping the British don't have anything left after I've been giving them a thorough pounding. Speaking of pounding, let's go. Let's go. Making landfall. Oh yeah, we are doing it. Okay, now they just drive north. The armor's landed. Nothing else for it. I even have green air, surprisingly. I'm just gonna overwhelm the British. We'll take the islands, and that'll be that. Okay, the Soviet Union and the Comintern have conquered Europe. All that's not conquered is Ireland, Norway, and Portugal. They're irrelevant. Gonna end it here. I defeated myself, and I defeated the game. The Comintern rules, the Allies are in disarray, and Japan is having the game of its life. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll enjoy this next video too. If you have any other ideas, let me know.